A former child abuse squad detective is warning about the dangers of sleepovers. Kristi McVee says she's not anti-sleepover, but she is pro-safety. And Kristi joins us live on Sunrise. Kristi, good morning to you. Now, I have two kids, 8 and 7. What's the right age for children to have a sleepover?
Well, I'm not going to tell parents when it is, but you want to ensure that your child is ready for sleepovers and that you feel confident and comfortable with the people that they're sleeping over with.
You were a police officer. What are some of your insights?
Well, it's not about fear, it's about facts. You know, over 90% of child sexual abuse is committed by someone known to the child. So sleepovers give unsupervised access to kids away from your watchful eye.
You say, Kristi, that values and rules aren't the same in every home.
Yeah. You know, what we think is unsafe, like unsupervised online use or older kids babysitting, another family might see that as totally fine. So, you know, we can't always be sure that what we do at home is happening in the other house.
Now, one of the things you say is that predators use familiarity as a cover. How do they do that? What do we need to look out for?
Yeah, so I've investigated countless cases where abusers was a friend, relative, a parent, a trusted adult. And, you know, sleepovers make that really easy for them to act without you there. So that's what I mean is that, you know, there's someone known to your child, over 90%.
This one may be surprising. It's not just adults. Other kids can be a risk too at sleepovers.
Yeah, so between 30 to 50% of all child sexual abuse is by another child, and it's often an older child. So think siblings, cousins, visiting friends. And most parents don't consider this. So similar to the older kids babysitting or their older siblings being in the home, we just need to be mindful.
Now, you say your child may not feel safe to say no. How do you teach them that it's okay to say no?
Well, it starts from very young, teaching body safety to your kids, and body safety is a program that teaches kids about their body safety rights. But, you know, when they're in another home, they might feel comfortable saying no to you and telling you no, but when they're there at someone else's house, they've got that pressure to conform, especially if adults and older kids ignore their consent or boundaries.
Now, one of the big questions you say parents should be asking is who else will be in the house?
Yeah, so it's not just friends, parents. One of the first cases I ever went to straight out of the academy was a little girl who went to a friend's house for a sleepover, and another adult at the home abused her there. So, you know, is there going to be other visitors? Is there going to be older siblings or relatives going to be there that might, you know, be a risk to your child?
So I guess what you're saying is, like, don't be worried about seeming paranoid with your friends or other family members if they're going for a sleepover.
Yeah, well, it's your child and you can't turn back the time or change what happens in that moment. So it's best to be cautious, think before you do, and have an informed and empowered decision before you know, you don't need to be peer pressured into this.
Another one you say, and I know you say that values and rules vary widely, is online safety can as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I was one of those parents with my daughter who would take away devices at a certain age, at a certain time. So, you know, like for me, it wasn't okay for them to have them in the bedroom or in, you know, in areas I couldn't see. Whereas another family might let them have them all night, and they'll be up all night looking at, you know, TikTok or something. So, you know, that's one of the things to consider as well.
Just quickly, if a parent said yes to a sleepover this weekend and they've now watched this, should they go ahead and ask the other parent perhaps these questions, who will be in the house, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, we shouldn't be just dropping our kids off at someone's home and not having those thoughts. Whether it's at your house or someone else's house, we need to take the protection of all children very seriously, and it's our job to keep all our kids safe, our children and everyone's child who's in our home. So, yeah, definitely have a conversation.
All right, Kristi, thank you so much for those valuable insights and tips this morning. We appreciate it.
No worries, thanks.